Yes lads, back again, another video on the channel. So kick it off straight away. Why you need a framework, not a script in high ticket sales. So first things first, right? You need call structure. Whether you're a setter or a closer, you need to have a structure to follow on your calls. This is gonna allow you to progress the conversation in a chronological way that makes sense for you and the client. You know, a lot of people, they start here and they want to get here when they're taking a sales call, and they're going, when all they need to do is go. And you're going to do that by having a structure that you follow, that is reliable, that you're comfortable with, so that when you're on the call, you're not getting flustered, you can slow down and you can really just push the prospect down that beautiful road of success, help them achieve their goal and get paid. And that's all it is. So having a set criteria of questions or information you need to get ensures you always get enough information for your desired outcome. You can't set an appointment and you can't close a deal if you don't know enough about the prospect. So the information getting is the number one thing to do, because that's going to allow you to figure out their pain points. So later down the line, if they have objections, you can use those pain points against them. It's going to allow you to use those pain points to evoke emotion. Bunch of different things that you can only get if you actually dig deep and find the information. And lastly as well, if the conversation strays or you lose composure at any time, having a tried and trusted system that you rely on and you know works for you to always fall back on is going to mean that any time that you sort of lose your way in the call, you're always going to be able to reel it back in and get back on track and carry on that smooth path getting to your end goal. So sales scripts, right? Sales scripts are for beginners, and again, this is probably going to hurt a lot of people hearing this, but genuinely, if you're still using a script, you are a beginner. And again, I'm going to explain the difference between a script and a framework, so just listen to me, hear me out, don't get angry, you're going to hear why I'm saying all this. Sales scripts are usually very rigid, and again, because you're following this set, like really rigid criteria, it means that there's not much deviation allowed, and when sometimes the calls do deviate and stray from the script, usually you end up coming up short. Most new setters / closers are very robotic, so when they're following the script, the person who you're speaking to knows you're reading a script, which makes you sound unauthentic. When people know you're reading a script, they're just like, this is just another day at the office for this guy. He's not tailoring his call to me, he doesn't actually care about me, he's just doing this to get his commission, he's not my friend, which is our job. We're not salespeople, we are friends, okay? So, frameworks. Frameworks are applicable to any service. That gives you job security. But I know that in 2 days, if I was to lose that role, I could go and sell windows, or I could go and sell dog toys, or I could go sell a course. It doesn't matter, because I have a framework that just allows me to plug and play into any system. Your goal as a closer should be to sell anything at any time, not just the offer that you're on. You know, if you're only good at selling, do if an opportunity arises and you could potentially sell someone, you know, a car or something like that, but you don't know how to not sell in that property environment. You can only do it in that environment. So the framework, the 5 key steps, this is the exact framework that I use. Why are they here? What is their problem? What is their goal? What is their plan? And what is their vision? So first of all then, point 1 of the framework, why are they here? The prospect's why is the very first thing you need to establish. Why they called? Why now is the right time? Why this offer? You know, James, there's so many other business models out there. Why is property investment the one for you? James, you're 27 years old, right? And I know that you've always wanted to be successful in life. So why haven't you ever done this before? You know, these sort of questions are really going to help you understand more about the prospect. Not just simply going, oh, hey, James, how come you're calling today? What's your reason for being on the call? No, I'm not saying don't ask that question. You can ask that question, but you need to dig deeper. Oh, okay, that's great. No, I'm very good to know that you want to scale your income. So why is now the right time to scale your income? Have things changed in your life that are meaning you need to take drastic action? Oh, well, yeah, actually, I've got a wedding coming up. Boom, wedding coming up. Oh, great. Have you been struggling to maybe afford all the things that your wife wants in the wedding? Oh, well, I have actually, and she's been getting a bit frustrated. Boom, more pain point, more pain point. This is called digging deeper, guys. It's what most people don't do. They only ask the surface level questions. Once you've established the initial why, you need to dig deeper. Their first answer, like I said, is just their surface. So again, they're going to tell you that they're here because, you know, they want to make money. But really what it is they want to make money because their wife's pregnant, they've got a marriage that they need to pay for, and he's behind on his mortgage payments. That's their real reason. But they're not going to tell you that straight away. You've got to build the rapport, and you've got to get them to open up to get that information. What is their problem? So what about their current life are they wanting to change? Finding their pain points is going to give you emotional leverage over that person, and a lack of pain points stops you from being able to make the prospect want to make a change. If you can't dive into the person's problem and really get them to open up about it and make them understand why they need to change their situation so bad, they're not going to have the urgency to buy into your product and offer, because you're not making it apparent to them how badly they need to make this change. Now, again, the first answer they give is surface level. You need to make them open up by digging into it deeper. So when you ask them, you know, what their problem is, and you're getting this information, again, they're going to say, oh, well, I'm not making enough money. Don't just skip on from that. What specifically is happening in their life as a result of not being able to make money? Is it that their wife's unhappy with them? Is it that they can't afford a car? Find out that information past that first surface level answer, because that's when you're going to be able to find their true pain points, their true desires, and that's when you can leverage it. When you're objection handling, when you're trying to, you know, again, make them make that decision, it comes from the emotion. So you need to get them tapping into that emotion by speaking deeply about their problems. You're going to get them to do that by asking these digging deeper questions. So after finding the problem as well, I always mirror and repeat back a summary of their problems. This shows that I'm listening, it builds rapport, and is a nice way to transition into the next stage of finding out their goals. And how I mean by that is, like, once you've done all this digging deeper and you've found out all the problems, you go, okay, so just to make sure, Dave, that I've got this right, it sounds like to me, you know, you're here because you want to make more income because you've got a baby on the way and you've got a marriage to pay for, and really you're just wanting to really solidify your future. Does that sound about right? Oh yeah, it does actually. Great. Let's talk about then where you're actually wanting to get to. Boom. What are their goals? So this is financial and lifestyle goals. You know, what do they want their day-to-day life to look like? Again, get them to dream about it. So you're making 3K per month, Dave. What is your actual goal? Oh, well, I want to make 10K per month. Well, guess what? That first answer is a lie, because what you're going to say back to him is, that's amazing that you want to make 10K per month. Now, our last 5 clients that we onboarded, they actually hit that goal within their first 4 months. So I've got a question for you. Once we hit that goal in 4 months, what are you going to do then? You're not going to stop, are you? Oh, no, of course I'm not going to stop. No, I think then I'd maybe move to Thailand and do X, Y, Z. So now their real goal isn't to make 10K per month. Their real goal is to actually move to Thailand. So see how by asking that digging deeper question of, well, when we hit that first goal, then what are you going to do? You're not going to stop, are you? You're now finding their true goal. And again, the first answer usually is always a lie, but not a lie as in they're actually lying to you. They just don't know how to say their deepest desire to you. So they say their surface level desire. And again, it's our job to dig deeper and ask these good questions to then get those true sort of desires out of them. So again, when we're objection handling, we can then leverage, oh, well, you want to move to Thailand, so if we want to do this, this is the way to do it. Also, you need to be tailoring your offer so it aligns with their goals to build the vision of how we can help them in a way that directly relates to them and what they want to achieve. You're going to basically tailor your offer so that, he knows that by buying your product or your offer, he's going to be able to, pay for his wedding, help his newborn child out, and then also move to Thailand. And you can structure the offer in a way that perfectly aligns to his sort of vision and his goals. Boom. So then this is where you move into the next stage. And this one is actually a bit of a trick question, right? Because most people don't have a plan, or else they wouldn't be on the call, they'd be executing their plan, right? So what we want to do is find out their plan so that we can then break it down and tell them why it's not going to work, or find their lack of plan. Because once they've then admitted, or they've agreed with you that their plan doesn't work, or they don't have one, then it's like, what are you going to do now then? What? So you're going to go back to not having a plan and just living the same life? Darren, we need to make big action to make a change in your life. We're only going to do that by having a plan and a vision in place. You've just told me that you want to move to Thailand and you've got a child on the way. You don't have a plan. how are you going to change anything? This is the reason why you're in this situation. We need to take action. So again, finding their plan or lack of one helps the prospect understand that they need us. At this point, we know their why, we've gone through their problem, we know what their goals are, so you're going to flip it back on them. So your goal is to make 15K per month as a property investor. Do you know what it actually takes to get there? Oh, well, I've seen a couple of YouTube videos and not going to cut it. We're going to tell them why sort of their plan or what they think isn't going to work, and we're going to basically say to them or get them to admit that they need us, because once they've admitted it to themselves, they're basically sold themselves, right? So, sort of the things you can say is to them, if you've got a plan, then explain why it won't work. This is for their benefit, right? As if there was a plan so good, they'd be executing it. So there's a reason why they aren't, so you need to find it out. So if they say, my plan was to watch YouTube videos and do X, Y, Z, and again, okay, and how's that worked out for you so far? Oh, well, I've made a little bit of progress, okay, and what do you think was missing from your last plan that meant you couldn't achieve what you're trying to achieve now? Oh, well, maybe, I just wasn't very motivated to do it. Oh, okay, so it sounds like to me maybe you need a coach and a mentor that can maybe hold you accountable and keep pushing you forward. Yeah, that does sound about right. I think I would actually like a mentor. Boom. So once you have completed this stage, then from here, we can build them a plan and a vision that answers their why, fixes their problems, helps them achieve their goal, and gives them direction. So that moves on to the final stage of building their vision. So here we are selling the result, not the problem, okay? Again, if we were to help you get started in property investment and it helped you fix your problem of not being able to afford this wedding, and you achieve that goal of earning 15K per month and you move to Thailand, you'd be interested in moving forward, right? He just spent the last 10, 15 minutes telling you all his problems, all his goals. He's not going to say no to that, is he? He's not going to say no. There's no way he is. So when you're setting and closing, you can literally follow this exact same framework, because again, if you said, if we were to get started with property investment, it helped you to pay off your mortgage, and then you were earning 15K per month so you could pay for your wedding, you'd be interested in seeing exactly how this product and service works, right? Oh yeah, I'd love to know more. Okay, excellent. I've just checked my calendar. 10 p.m. tomorrow, we can hop on another call with Lyndon, who's the client acquisition manager, and we can get you this deal move forward. How's that sound? Yeah, it sounds great. Boom, check your inbox, check your Gmail, click yes on that calendar invite so I know you're definitely turning up. Boom, appointment set, closer's gonna close in, job done. Again, bit different if you're closing, so you're gonna round it out and sort of summarize their vision for them, explain to them, this is kind of where you pitch the product a little bit as well, sort of explaining to them, sort of what it is you do a little bit, but the whole point is you're gonna be selling the result. When you're pitching the product, that's actually meant to say product here. But again, when you're pitching this product to them, always remember that they're going to be sold on the result, okay? They're not going to be sold on, the fact that they get 8 mentorship calls over 8 weeks. No, it's the result of those mentorship calls and how it helps them achieve their goals. And again, so if you're a closer in this stage as well, when you get to this point, if the setter's done a good job and given you a qualified lead, basically that line here, as if we were to get started with XYZ, it helps you to fix XYZ and achieve XYZ, you'll be looking to move forward, right? That's essentially basically getting you your close, because if they've been qualified and they've got the cash from the setter doing a good job, then once they've basically admitted this, they're basically ready to close. And again, this framework right here is absolutely beautiful. And that is it, guys. Now you have a framework that can replace your rusty, dusty, robotic sales script. Over time, you're going to adapt this framework, develop it. You're going to have go-to questions and go-to points that you always touch on. You're going to trial it on role play calls using this framework, and you're actually going to trial it with different products as well. This is more of a system, okay? This is a system that you can apply to absolutely anything, which means that you're going to become the best possible closer or setter of yourself that can close and set on any offer at any time. And that's what you want to be doing. I know now if I walk down this corridor and I see someone or we get chatting, I know that I can close him on the spot, or I can essentially set him on the spot so that we can have a call at a later date to then get something out of it by providing him value. So that is it, guys. 5 steps of the framework: the why, problem, goal, plan, vision. Once you've completed all those 5 steps, you then move into the close, or you then just get them set. And again, I'm going to be having more videos tailored just around the actual closing process itself, not just this sort of framework of where you're digging deeper and fact finding and information. But this framework here is, from what I've seen, it's the best way to find the information and get the ammunition you need to either set or close your prospect. And that's everything, guys. Thank you for staying with me throughout this video. Now, if you want to know a bit more about what I do, obviously I'm a high ticket closer, and I've also do mentorship where I teach people, and that's how I'm able to live this life here where, you know, I'm on a beachfront hotel, taking calls, making cash, traveling the world, and living the beautiful life I should be. So if you want to know how you can do that as well, check the link in the bio. But guys, I hope you've taken away a lot of value from this video. I'll catch you in the next one. Peace out.